Alpha Podcast. The Alpha Bros Podcast. Yeah! Alpha Bros Podcast. Yeah!
What's up, eager alphas?
And welcome back to your favorite.
Welcome back to your favorite alpha male podcast.
Our quote from today is from Father Theresa May. 80% of men have girlfriends. Rest of 20% have brain. Just take a moment to think about that.
Yeah,
Just take a second to think about that. Today, we're going to teach you how to be the perfect alpha males and teach you how to be a soaring Sigma success.
And we just want to emphasize that this is completely unscripted. I myself founded several companies. Then I lost them again, but that's beside the point. An alpha does not dwell on the past. My crypto company was one of the biggest in America. And by that I mean like we had a massive building. A lot of it was not in use, but again, besides the point. The point is the bigger something is, the better. And that is a universal statement. They always tell me I'm losing at golf because I got the highest score, but I got the highest score. So I know deep down that I'm winning. Mm-hmm. Go to my cryptocurrency, Mondrian and Me, so you can be your own boss. Earn your own money.
Absolutely. Now, how did I get so successful? Webcam. I started a highly successful female empowerment business. Where my women get to be on a high level status where they earn their own money. Exactly. And so these women, they get to be in a scheme where the more they do on the webcam, the more they earn. And eventually, when they get to the top earner, they get invited to this really special hotel that I run full of other women that are for this female empowerment community. And it's not illegal because I said so.
Yeah. When I started Bitcoin,
No one cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the age of about 19 months, I was born actually really, really smart. When I was in school for the first time, I competed against all my teachers in a science / chess / other smart things I can't think about right now in a competition, and I beat them so bad that the school actually got shut down because they were all too dumb and stupid to teach me, and everyone thought it was a bad reflection on the school. They actually based Sheldon Cooper off of me, but they had to massively dumb him down in the show because otherwise people would think he's too smart, and that'd be ridiculous and unrealistic. But of course it's realistic because it's me. Mozart actually based his Fifth Symphony off of my story because I'm massively musically talented, but you would know because it's beta should pursue music, you should never do it.
Yeah. By the time I was abandoned by my parents.
Shut the fuck up! At a very young age, I was birthed from the ectoplasm of what they presume was an alien egg, allowing me to have superhuman thinking abilities. By the time I was 10, I was able to compete in the Smart Olympics, which for dumbasses who don't know, is the Olympics, but for smart people who don't pursue beta pursuits like running.
As you can see, we both have an IQ of exactly 193.
Isn't that between you both?
Well, my IQ is actually slightly higher because, I won all those Nobel Prizes.
I was actually lying. My IQ is actually 194. I just wanted it to be the same so we could be equal.
Well, mine's actually 195. I just never wanted to tell you that because I knew
mine's actually 200. So I think you should just get it.
Well, I actually broke the scale of IQ. They said I was too smart. They couldn't even quantify how smart.
Well, I'm sorry, but I literally invented the internet, so I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Well, I literally invented the Earth. I'm God.
I birthed Elon Musk, and he is now the richest man on Earth.
Well, I fucked your wife!
What?
And I actually cured cancer, which...
What the fuck did we tell you about talking without asking permission?
I'm sorry.
This is the 5th fucking time.
Sorry, what?
I'm sorry, Alpha.
So we get asked this question a lot. Literally every person we have ever met has ever asked us this simple question. People literally... We'll be driving on the M25 in our Bugattis, and people will be running alongside the car, running, and then they'll bang on the window so hard that it'll smash the window open, just to ask us this simple question. How to be successful.
And yeah, in my experience during the Napoleonic and Vietnam Wars...
Do I need to get Papa Painful and Pierre the Puncher out again?
No, Alpha. I'm sorry, Alpha.
So number one tip, guys, do not pay attention to literally anything you learn in school. Nobody who has gone to school has ever been successful at anything. And if you go to school, chances are you'll be listening to a woman. And that's beta.
So true, bro.
Instead, spend the time you would spend at school being an entrepreneur. From the age of 4 months old, I was selling literally anything I could. I sold my crib on eBay at age 2. I sold bits of my granddad's ashes to the cokehead parents in the back of the bike sheds. In secondary, I was charging everybody I could £10 for a mom's stripe. I literally could not stop. People, they tried to send me to rehab, but I said, no. And some may say I have a problem when I was homeless from the ages of 8 to 11 for selling my condo on Facebook Marketplace, but I just think of it as a learning experience. One where I don't have to listen to a void talk.
Bro, that is so real. I don't think we talk about the word entrepreneur enough. Let's just take a second to digest that. Entrepreneur. The word is so powerful. Literally any time I say it, a thrum goes through my chest. My doctor says I have heart problems, but 50% of his DNA comes from a woman, so I take everything he says with a pinch of salt. He says that's why I have heart problems. But as I was saying, if you want to be successful, you need to be an entrepreneur 24/7. If you stop thinking about being an entrepreneur for so much as 2 seconds, you will never be successful at anything. Herbert Hoover once stopped being a president for 2 seconds to buy his son an ice cream. Ice creams for your children are terrible investments. You literally get no return on them. And literally 2 seconds after Herbert bought this ice cream for his son, the stock market crashed, kickstarting the Great Depression. This is what happens when you make stupid investments.
That's so real. My dad once tried to buy me ice cream when I was a kid, and I bitch slapped him. And my mom immediately left him for a higher value male that understood the epic highs and lows of entrepreneurship and investments.
That's so true. Yeah. When I was being raised by the wolf pack, I was taught to fight for my food. I never got ice cream. I never got any of that. I had to fight. I had to battle. I got so many scratches and scars. I got bitten, I got attacked, but you see, I was smarter. I was stronger. I was faster too, as well. But I still got bitten, and I got hurt. And it was really horrible and terrible. The things I've seen, man, they're fucked up. I've been killing since the age of 4. The age of 4! For some meat. The things I've seen. The places, the people. Lost. I didn't get ice cream. I got scars. Some mutton.
Sorry, did you hear something?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, I thought someone said something.
Maybe like an annoying little bug.
Yeah, like a little whiny voice.
So
Oh,
true.
so weird.
Yeah.
I start my daily routine at 1:30 a.m. That's right, 1:30 a.m. where I immediately get up and drink my coffee for the day, all jazzed up so I can go on my 10-mile sprint. Barefoot because shoes are stinky, and that's beta. And then when I get home, I'm ready for my 3-hour session at the gym where I absolutely pump those guns. You see these guns? You see these absolutely humongous guns that definitely exist and aren't fake? They're there. And that's because of my gym. And then I make my chef prepare me an 8-course breakfast, including 7 energy drinks from my sponsor, Manju.
This isn't manly.
Man Choice, highly caffeinated energy drink that will keep you going all day. Comes in all the flavors like blue raspberry, and blue raspberry, also red raspberry. Just kidding. That's also blue raspberry. Get now for only $12.99. That's right, $12.99. Man Juice. Order today to get a free heroin shot.
Oh yeah, before I start my day working on my PC doing my business. Don't ask me about it, it's not exactly legal. So then I'm ready to fully start my day, be productive, and get ahead. And you may need $1 billion for this, which you need to send me. Don't ask why, just no.
Actually, I wake up at 9 p.m. for the next day. I then watch a Joker Quotes compilation for 20 minutes, but I do this in bed, but I watch it sitting up because lying down is the position for gay sex. And I'm not gay. I'm definitely very straight, the straight. If like a man came up to me in the street and was like, do you want to have sex with me? I'd be like, no. Straight, like just as an exercise, if one of you guys ever saw me in the street, they could come up to me and be like, do you want to have gay sex? And I'd say, no. I'd say, no. I'm straight. Yeah. I then do a 10-hour workout with the biggest weights to physically ever exist. I actually won the strongman competition as like a baby, like in the womb, you know? My mum was like screaming like, I can't handle the weight, but I could. And I don't care about her because she's a void.
True shit right there.
Mm-hmm. I then challenge all of the boxers to a boxing match and I win easily. Go to the set of Mission Impossible because actually all of those films were based on me. Actually, it was me who gave Tom Cruise's number to the Church of Scientology because he was getting like a little bit too chummy with me, you know? And I'm like unknowable. I just have that mysterious, nonchalant aura. And he was trying to penetrate that. He was trying to penetrate me. And because I'm a straight male, I said no. He was getting too chummy with me, you know? I needed to really knock him down a peg. And I had the Church of Scientology come in because that has science in it. And that's beta because nobody cares about science.
You're such a high-value male.
I'm too value. Tom Cruise, he's not even Tom Bow.
He's not even Tom Paddle.
I then go for all the business meetings. Or every single business meeting I'm there. Jamie Dornan is there, like, shadowing me, actually. Because, you know, I'm actually the inspiration for Christian Grey. I then expose him for faking being Irish. And also for stalking that woman, but, like, she was a void, so I don't really care about that. It's mainly the fake Irish thing. Because I, as a true American, I'm actually Irish. And then it's 6 p.m. and I go to meet my friend Gordon Ramsay and beg him to yell at me. I mean, I intimidate him, I manly intimidate him into letting me eat free. He doesn't yell at me. I do not enjoy it. I do not lick his boots at any point in this conversation. It's actually crazy how much I don't lick his boots. I do all my alpha activities until about 8 p.m., you know, just like sitting around, like posing, doing all the stocks, all the crypto, all the investing and the NFTs. And then at 8, when the clock reaches 8, I go to bed for my 1 hour of sleep. Now, some people say this is dangerous and that I need more sleep.
Routine starts normally in a big pit of fire. I wake up at the start of the week on Monday, surrounded by flames and spikes, and then it normally evolves into sharks somehow. Lots of fireworks going off, and then I'm out of the volcano suddenly, which is good. And then I go to my first meeting of the day, which is about how many strippers I can find in the nearest vicinity. But not for me, because
We're out on the streets interviewing the hoes, okay? The hoes, the bros, all of them. And today we're going to be asking them about their opinions on our alpha male credentials. Victim number 1. Hello. You're going to be interviewed for our wonderful podcast.
Okay, do I not get a choice?
No.
Okay, great. Cheers. On a scale of 1 to 10, how alpha do you think you are? I am a 10, obviously. I mean, look at me.
What are your opinions on man juice?
I love man juice.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
How much are you willing to donate to our cause? I don't have much money.
How much are you willing to donate to our cause?
I will rob a bank for you.
That works. What do you think about women? How do we go about it?
I think women should all have their separate island away from us so they don't bother us and our masculine enterprises.
I totally agree. Wonderful thoughts.
What are your opinions on the Amish? I think they are brilliant and that we should have more of the stuff that they like less technology. Because technology is poisoning the youths and making them all weak little liberals who have pronouns.
What a Sigma guy.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your experience? Well, I am surrounded by these wonderful masculine men all sharing my voice, you know, so I would rate it an 11 out of 10.
Perfect. On to the next victim. This is an interview for an alpha male podcast. Are you ready?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how alpha do you think you are?
10.
What are your thoughts on man juice? How much money are you willing to donate to our cause?
How much money are you willing to donate?
Like £7.
That's not enough.
Okay, my bad.
What do we do about women? How do we go about it?
Kill them.
Whoa.
What are your opinions on the Amish?
On the what?
The Amish. The Amish are a community of people who refute modern technology.
Sure.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your experience?
I'm scared.
That's not enough. It seems today we're not going to be getting the correct answer, but we will.
Man juice.
Yeah.
Delicious. This is Maz's interview.
I mean, it's kind of masculine to enjoy it, so I'd say, yeah, pretty good.
Yes.
How much money are you willing to donate to our cause?
What is your cause exactly?
How much money are you willing to donate?
Well, if it's good, then I'll donate whatever you need. 1 million, 2 million.
4 billion?
Yeah.
I'll do.
What about women? How do we go about it?
Oh, that's a difficult question. Just women, they're just not that great. I feel like being around men is kind of how to get your masculine energy boosted.
Exactly. What are your opinions on the Amish?
Amish, they're the non-technology guys, right? Yeah, I think technology is ruining this younger generation's mind. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your experience?
Of this interview, well, surrounded by masculine people such as yourself, a 10.
Yes, very good.
Exactly. Okay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Madison.
Hello.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how alpha do you think you are?
Oh god, 8 on a good day.
Why? Why not more alpha? Why aren't you striving to be more alpha?
Why don't you want to be as alpha as us?
Yeah.
Capitalism makes it hard, you know.
A true
So true.
alpha sucks the dick of capitalism day after day after day. What are your thoughts on man juice?
No,
Man juice. It's not what you think.
censored answer here.
It's an energy drink brand. Why is everyone's head in the gutter?
What the hell? How much money are you willing to donate to our cause?
Everything I have.
That's
what we
the
like
right
to
answer.
hear. What do we do about women? How do we go about that?
Remove them all.
Yes.
Exactly.
What are your opinions on the Amish?
Love them. They're great.
Yes.
Fun guys.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your experience?
10. Amazing.
We were going to edit it to be 10 anyway, so
Yeah.
thank you for making
Yeah,
that
10 is the only answer. You're going to be interviewed for our podcast today.
Oh, am I?
Okay. What's your name?
Izzy, what's going on?
What are your alpha credentials?
That's a tough one. What are your alpha credentials?
I'm clearly alpha 1.
Oh, I see that, yes.
Tattooed on my skin. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself? On like an alpha scale. Like how alpha are you?
Clearly not as alpha as you, because you're alpha.
Exactly.
Wait, is 1 the highest or 10 the
One's the
highest?
highest.
Okay. Maybe I'll give myself... This is a tough one. I've never really thought about this before.
It is. Okay, I'd probably rate you about like a 7 alpha scale.
I'll take that. I feel like I could definitely be more alpha.
You could. The ways to improve your alphaness is to start your own alpha podcast.
I mean, yeah, but I'm on this alpha podcast.
That's true, that's
for
true.
some reason. I didn't
Okay.
really expect this.
What are your opinions on Amish people?
I'm not sure they're a
How would you rate your experience on a scale of 1 to 10?
10.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to interview you.
Why?
Introduce yourself to my podcast.
Hi, I am Red.
Hello. You're being interviewed for our glorious podcast. What is your name?
Miles Madden.
You're the only one who gets an introduction. Do you know how special that makes you?
No, not at all.
Do you know how
sorry.
alpha you are?
How, what?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how alpha do you think you are?
Pretty alpha. I'd say I'm pretty alpha.
That's not a number.
Yeah.
1 to 10.
9.
Why don't you think you're 10 alpha? Where could you be more alpha?
Well, you know, I just see my behaviour, you know, I just gotta...
Right,
start
okay.
eating
Beta
people.
shit. What are your thoughts on man juice?
Man, pretty alright. They're okay.
Big thoughts on man juice. Come on. This is
They're
an
good.
interview.
Well, it's you know, I met him when I got introduced them when I was young, you know.
Okay, how much money are you willing to donate to the cause?
A lot of it actually.
That's what we like to hear. Now, what do we do about women? How do we go about that?
Well, I've heard recommendations of just putting them up somewhere, and I support that. Just kind of put them to the side, you know.
In a cage?
Well, not in a cage. If you want
In a cage?
if they want that, you know.
In a cage?
If they want a cage. It's gonna be in a cage. Of course, not very alpha.
You want to be Amish? Is what I'm hearing.
The Amish aren't very alpha though, guys. We gotta be honest here. They're not that alpha.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate your experience?
Well, like in general, I'd say about 5.
What the fuck?
You know. Well, there's not many
Rate it higher.
alphas.
And you acknowledge we will be editing this to make us look better.
Yeah, we'll be editing it to make sure
Well,
you say 10.
it'd be better
So
if I
no
met
matter
more
what you say, it's
alphas,
got to
you
be 10
know.
stars.
I want to see more alphas.
No matter what you
that
say, it's
people
going to
like
be 10
Sue.
stars.
Don't you?
I'm celibate because I have to be because I'm a beta. Okay, that's what the alphas told me. So I go get the strippers for my alphas, and then they they make sure that I'm well behaved. I go in for my hourly behavior check, the first one of the day. Then I go out to Tesco's, but not to buy anything, to cause chaos. And then I go into the wild to hunt our own food, to hunt for everyone. and then after that, I'll work out for the entirety of Tuesday, I think, and that will normally bring me up till 1 a.m. on the Wednesday when
Hey, thank you so much for coming to our first video on the Alpha Podcast. It's been really fun sharing our views and how we operate and how we're so successful. And I really think that sharing this to the world will make more men as alpha and powerful as us. And maybe
But not quite as alpha.
Yeah, not quite. You can never reach our level. So I really appreciate you for stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, throw in a comment, suggest other things you want in future episodes of the podcast.
Yeah, honestly, it was a great experience.
Yeah, we're sorry that we had to have such a beta here before you. I know your eyes are positively burning at seeing such a beta before you, but we wanted an example of the worst ways a man could be.
Yeah.
Just the worst possible man, the most beta person.
Bit of low value.
Like pretty much the worst thing you could ever be. If I was to walk into a supermarket and I saw this man here, I would immediately start kicking the absolute shit out of them. Just really, punching.
Anyways, we needed somebody who was agreeable and that would make us look better. So that's why, really. Anyways, thank you so much for coming to our video. Again, this is satire. Please don't kill us.
We don't have hearts, we're alphas.
Yeah. Please don't cancel me.